Good afternoon, my beautiful soul family. How are you today? I just wanted to come on because I just had this remembrance of my childhood. It's the day of the full moon lunar eclipse, November 8th, 2022. And I just had this remembrance as I was walking, looking at the sky, how when I was younger, I used to look up at the sky. And I don't know if you did this when you were a kid or if you do it now, but when you look up at the sky, you can see little particles moving in every little direction and way possible. And I remember pretending that each little particle was a being and that they were all my friends and that they were pieces of the universe that went into all the different things that were around me. And I remember talking to them and I just had this really strange remembrance of that while I was walking and looking at the sky, of how I used to speak to them and play with them. And I found it interesting. I wanted to share it with you guys. You know, as children, we are born so much more tapped in and tuned in, and it is literally programmed out of us. We shouldn't act that way, or that's not normal. And so we stop doing it, or we mask and we try to conform to society rather than be ourselves. And it can be very detrimental to your soul. And we wonder why we have mental illness and stuff like this. The more that I embrace who I am and follow my soul, the more the anxiety, depression, all that lifts. Because I'm learning how to embrace my life, living in the moment, and really truly enjoying every aspect of it, whether it's good or bad, just accepting what is, being that loving awareness, and learning how to be the silent observer. There's been key factors in me healing and growing. It becomes so much easier to let go of the anxiety or the worry when you're just observing it. You detach from the story. You realize that you're something more than this meat body. And that, we're here for so much more than what we've been told. And it really starts to click. I just have these strange remembrances, and I want to share them with you guys so that you guys can maybe activate your own remembrances of what you did when you were a child, or what you still do now, and reconnect to that and foster it, because we were so connected and tapped into our skills as children, and instead of being fostered, they were literally programmed out of us, like I said earlier. So how do we bring them back, right? By embracing who we are, by following what makes our soul sing, by listening to our intuition, really tuning into our belly, living in the here and now, in the present as much as possible, so that you can receive the messages from your guides, so that you can be fully present to create the miracles that you want to create. That's the key. Doing it with a loving awareness and not too much attachment. Like a playing child. That's how simple this life is. But the moment that we hold on to it too tight, or we try to make it happen so much, or it has to happen, we find that it doesn't happen, or it's really hard, right? But it's the moment that we're able to just hand it over to God and say it is what it is, que sera, sera, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I have no control over it. I'm going to trust that whatever's happening is for my highest good. I'm going to just hand that over to God. Because I'm not the creator, right? I didn't create this. I don't know, right? So I'm going to hand it over to Him. Because my higher self, source, God, whatever you believe in, they know. We don't, right? So as this human vessel, we have to honor that fact, let it go, and trust that God's got our back. They wouldn't create us to have us just suffer, right? There's got to be more meaning to this. And living in the here and now moment, that's the key to it. I love you guys.